You mean you had me sit with your camera off for the last 10 minutes with no picture for you to have that on?
It's
You made a big ordeal about that?
nice, right? You like
I
the
didn't say
bangs or you like the
I mean
bangs or no bangs?
you do finally have it's I mean
Which
what are you doing?
I don't know what do you like? You like the
Like the part
separate?
you look like a serial killer now. Hey guys, welcome to Clocks Running, the podcast everything flag football. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Ant.
I think he's Ant. I don't know. Do you have an alter ego? Why'd you take it off? You wore
You
it with
didn't
the camera off for like 15 minutes, and now like 3 seconds in, you take it off.
you didn't seem impressed.
What a sellout. Well, you didn't do a voice. You didn't come in guns ablaze. You're just sitting there with a wig on. You
I
got to do
just
something. You got to let the
yeah,
wig have some magic, dude. You got to have a
that's
persona
true.
with the wig. And what do you
I,
have? You're just sitting there with your lamp on in the background.
you want me to turn that off? What's going
No,
on?
no,
I'm
you're
feeling real
fine.
judged. I just
Huh?
want to just
Judged.
first it's the part, now it's the lamp. I don't know what to do.
Okay, Captain Feelings.
I just wanted to mix it up a little bit. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. What's up with you? How are
Oh,
you?
yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanna talk about Infinite Flag?
I mean, I always want to talk about Infinite Flag. I feel unprepared. I don't have like any Infinite Flag swag around, and it's like a rarity. Like at this point in the game, I mean, why don't I have like one of those dope shirts like what you're wearing? You got an
Yeah,
Infinite
I got
Flag shirt on. Yeah,
mhm.
it was underneath the wig. Um,
Is
couldn't
that
see
upside
underneath that
down and
wig.
backwards or
That's yes, that's upside down and backwards.
okay.
Oh, woosah.
This is why you're supposed to be prepared for the infinite.
I mean, I don't have the new sweet compression T-shirt that I've got. It's put away.
Oh,
I don't have either set of my joggers that are just readily available. I don't
I'm
have
wearing
the dope
joggers right now.
hat. But okay, thanks for the information that zero people in the chat asked for. Um,
The chat is they feel the judgment coming from you.
I don't know why
They agree.
one person and that
That's
person's middle
the
name is Ice. So let's go from there. I'm calling everybody out.
oh yeah.
Let me go ahead and wave.
Okay.
Just be nice. But what else do I not have right now from our good friends at Infinite Flag? I don't have any dope shorts. I did have to pack my Clocks Running Infinite Flag collab shorts for my trip to Asheville this weekend when I go and ref the
Oh,
the the kiddos with the logo. We'll talk about that later. Um,
okay.
got those packed in the bag. What else do I have? Infinite Flag. I got some joggers packed in the bag just in case it gets a little chilly, but not too cold. I got the fleece joggers in case it does get actually cold, and I got my oversized hoodie. I'm ready to go. Decorating's
Nice.
easy at rooms to go. I mean, it's just simple. I know I'm going to look good. I'm not playing good, but I'm going to feel good. It's the Infinite Flag way. Make sure you
Yeah.
guys use code ClocksRunning15 at checkout to get that sweet 15% off. Or you can get whatever discount code that our good friends in Infinite are using. It's probably better than ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be at East Coast Nationals, right?
They are going to be at East Coast Nationals. They are the official apparel sponsor of the tournament.
I'm not gonna say it, but I heard that they got something special, something cooked up specific for East Coast Nationals.
Do you think
So
people should cook clothes or do you think they should just make clothes?
I mean, it's kind of the same process, right? You kind of like
No.
you got to
Mm-mm.
roll the material,
Aren't you
uh,
Italian and you're doing that?
spin it up in
Good
the
Lord.
air. You
Our
get it
ancestors, our
into the
ancestors through
oven.
Ellis Island are rolling over on their Ellis Island name grave, whatever. You talking
Did
this
you?
nonsense?
Wow. Wouldn't it have been crazy if like our both of our great grandfathers like used to play pinochle together or something? Like, wouldn't that be?
Yes, pinochle, bocce ball. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. They could have played
I
Foursquare, but you would too much of a dweeb for that.
That's not an Italian game, bro.
Why not?
No,
You're
come
saying
on.
Italians can't count to four?
They, I'm not
Wow,
saying
a
that.
little racist. That's cool.
all all right. Well, I'm excited about Infinite Flag showing up to East Coast Nationals. I
For
miss
sure.
them. I'm still waiting for at least a text message or a phone call from Tom. It's weird that
Oh
he
my God,
hasn't reached out. It's been a while,
dude,
but it's okay. It's
they're
fine.
getting ready to
It's
get
fine.
married, dude. They got a lot going on. Quit
It's
trying to.
fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm just saying my feelings are hurt. That's all. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
we know. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
Okay.
again, the judgment. It's been. I'm just gonna. I'm keeping track. There's 4 moments of judgment already tonight. I feel like.
Golly, you can count to four.
Yeah, I can. So, without further ado, though, let's get into the show. We got a great guest tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's the brains behind. I want to say this right. It's a lot of words. Women's College Flag Football.com.
That's 4 words.
So,
You can count to four.
it was a lot of words. It's just. All right, let me bring on Shawn from Women's College Flag Football.com. What's up, Shawn?
What's going
Hey, how's
on?
it going, Ed?
I see all the. What are those pennants? What are those called?
Yeah,
In the back.
Oh
Yeah,
my
right.
yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah, man. So we've got to be like about it when we go on the air, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. So, welcome to the show, Shawn.
Thank you.
We got all kinds to talk about before we get going, though. We want to hear about your origin story as it relates to flag football. So, just share it with us. The floor is yours.
So for me, flag football starts with coaching little kids. So in the Kansas City area, I would say my specialty was probably coaching kids that were like 5 to 2nd grade and introducing them to football, right? So I did a lot of work with Kansas City football and cheerleading. It's a great organization there. And I move out to Central Missouri, where I'm from, and William Woods is an NAIA team out here, and they announced that they were going to have a tackle football team, and I was really excited about that, so I wanted to check it out. And they also announced that they were having a women's flag football team, and I was like, okay, wait, I haven't heard about this yet. So we went to go check it out, and I was surprised to learn that the NAIA sponsored the sport and that it had been played for a few years. But outside of some NAIA resources, there really just wasn't anything there. It was hard to find out who was good and who wasn't. It was hard to find pictures of previous year's championship games. So it's like, from my point of view, if you play football, you deserve to have the spotlight. And then when you look at how much women's sports in particular have changed, Caitlin Clark happened, and everybody watches football, not just women's sports, right? So everything's coming together well. And when we started, we had 20, 30 teams that we were tracking, and now that's well over 200. And it's just exploding every day. It feels like every single day a new historic milestone is achieved. And it's really cool to be a part of telling that story.
Yeah, for sure. So, do you have a background in like data management or something like that, where
Yeah.
you were just like, let me get into something like this?
So funny you should ask. I'm definitely like a data nerd. So one of the things I used to like to do was get a spreadsheet and go back through the history of football and re-simulate the games just with who was playing, right? Like, let's say football turned out differently with an AI model, right? Like, how would this work out? And then I'm one of those guys who reads those really old books about the history of football. And so I always wanted to know why was it that the Ivy League was so good at the beginning and then they trailed off. I wanted to know the whole story behind it. And so I think a little bit of me kind of wants to be like the Walter Camp of women's college flag football. Like, let's let everybody know what's going on, because beyond the spotlight that these ladies deserve, and I'm glad to provide it, I also think that once casual football fans run into this and see the skill level that's involved, that this is something that's going to be very appealing to casual football fans, not just women's sports fans or flag football fans. But I see this being something that is looked at in the same way as like maybe like the women's basketball tournament, like having something on that level and that tier in the future. Maybe bigger. I mean, because football is football.
Right.
Yeah. Was there a simulation where the Carolina Panthers ever won a Super Bowl? Did you ever have that happen?
Hey, man, you're talking an old Chiefs fan, and I still remember being jealous that the Panthers made it to the Super Bowl a couple times.
We can trade places.
Mid-90s, been there like twice. That's not too
bad. Oh my gosh, I saw this clip recently of like how terrible NFL fans are during draft days, and this Chiefs fan is like, "What, Patrick Mahomes? This is why we're never gonna win a Super Bowl."
It's hard. It's hard when you're a Chiefs, because I mean, you just always assumed for so long that nothing good was ever going to happen anyway. So I mean, like, what's the point? And then,
you guys couldn't even do anything with Joe Montana.
I know.
I mean,
well, that's because he was freaking worn out.
Thanks for recognizing that. I still remember the AFC Championship game in '93 when we tried to model him out there, and it didn't work out real well. So
yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah, we beat Steve Young though. When the Niners had Steve Young, there was this kind of rematch that happened, and the Chiefs won. So
little victories. See, it's all about the little victories. You don't have to cut the guy down.
Yeah. Moral victories and all that. All right, so let's get right into like the here and now. This past weekend there were conference championships. What stuck out to you the most? What was either the most exciting or the biggest surprise of those championships?
I would say that oftentimes covering the sport, it can be really easy to want to like give equal coverage kind of everyone and tell everybody's story. And sometimes it gets forgotten that there's a tier of 8 to 10 teams that would just absolutely destroy everyone. So when you look at even the difference this year between like, let's say like Baker and Ottawa in the KCAC, or especially Ottawa and Baker, between them and Wesleyan, there's a gap there. Although those are 3 good teams. Like I think Ottawa and Baker could handle most of the teams I saw with the degree of athleticism that we saw. I wouldn't count Kaiser out, but obviously the kind of showing that they had against Warner makes you kind of scratch your head a little bit. So going into that tournament, I really think it's between Ottawa, Warner, and then I also think Baker could challenge for it as well. Some other teams, St. Francis, Indiana, is a little bit of a head scratcher just because they played the schedule. They kind of know what to expect a little bit. But as far as teams that have seen the downfield lateraling that can take place, and the teams that know how to do it and the way they practice it, and then when you look at the results that we've seen over the last couple of years, I would be really surprised if Liz and Katie Sowers don't take it again for Ottawa, being with that it's going to be their last game at the program, win or lose, before they go to Nebraska. So,
Yeah.
And then I think also I'm pretty excited about what's going on this weekend with the ECAC and the Jets, what they're putting together. A lot of those teams have kind of emerged as being pretty good programs. So out there, you've got some schools like Montclair State. You get Marymount in Virginia. You get your Eastern out in Pennsylvania. And those are teams that don't lose very often. So in an 8-team field to have those three, that's going to be a good tournament as well.
Yeah. So you're saying, as far as like 8 to 10 teams, you're saying that, there's this gap. You went to the Fiesta Bowl, correct?
Yeah.
So in comparison, how do you feel like the competition at NAIA level compared to these D1 club teams are? Like, how would those teams match up?
So you get me a little bit in trouble when I get into talking to this stuff, because there's definitely a rivalry there. And also, it's fair to say that I would say that the players, teams, and coaches in Florida don't really recognize the sport outside of the state. And then having a KCAC team win the national title for the NAIA the last couple of years isn't a lot of fun. I think when you realize what these club teams are pulling off to be able to compete at the level that they are, UCF, Florida, for example, you're talking about teams that hold their own practices during the week a lot of the times, sometimes practicing 2-3 days a week. Sometimes their coach is gone or not at the game. Sometimes they're dealing with student reps at the games that they're having. Now, I don't want to knock that, because that's how flag started, and that's definitely where it all came from, and that's the root of it all. At the same time, I hesitate to say it, because I think some of them would compete with other teams, and you definitely see that. Like UCF just beat Daytona State, and that's not a knock. That's like two legit teams that played each other in a close game. But generally speaking, rightly so, the club teams just kind of really don't stack up. So I would say there are probably 4 or 5 club teams that I think could compete with varsity level teams. But outside of that, I wouldn't say you're going to see that very often.
Yeah. So you're thinking that Ottawa's going to win the NAIA Invitational. So does that leave a bad taste in Florida Gateway's mouth, because they got that win early in the season? I mean, where is this one of those like dual national championships we used to have with college tackle football? Like, is that what's happening?
You could. I mean, someone's got to beat Warner first, right? But after that, I think what Coach Hefty's been able to pull off down at Gateway with a 2-year program with rotating players has to be commended. And if I was putting together a Division I program, he'd probably be first on the list of people that I looked into. So I have a lot of respect for what they have going on down at Gateway. Do I think, let's say if the game was held today and Gateway and Ottawa were playing in a game where Ottawa didn't just come back from being down 16 points against Kaiser, do I think Gateway would win? I mean, probably a closer game. I asked Coach Sowers about it. I was like, hey, what's up with that? What happened with that game? And she was like, hey, we probably shouldn't have scheduled it, but we did, and we lost. And, and then you think about it, how commendable it should be that those 3 teams agreed to play that day and on that weekend early in the season, and what it does for folks like me who are trying to use cross-referential data points to understand where teams are at. I guess the way I look at it is Ottawa's got a lot of pressure to win. I think so does Warner. Gateway's already won. I mean, they're going to be the champs of the NJCAA again, although Daytona's been making it a lot closer. But, they're going to be champs again, probably. So I think they'll be doing all right.
Yeah, just so as far as you said earlier that every day there's like new milestones and new things. What for you, what are you anticipating as far as we saw Alabama State is now, they're sanctioned D1, and there's all these talks with the Power Four conferences, and Nebraska's making all these moves. When are we going to actually see some Division 1 sanctioned programs really, facing off against each other?
So I think it's a really good question on a couple of levels. We all want to see it next year on some level, but at the same time, these coaches have to watch out with how much eligibility they might expire in a down year.
Mhm.
And I think that's something that kind of gets forgotten about when people talk about this. Like, do you want to waste a player's year when maybe you have 2 or 3 exhibition games total or something like that? That being said, um, there are some really exciting things that are coming up in June or July. I've been told they're probably when they're going to be announced. And if it's what it's being described as, it's going to be every bit as big as the Fiesta Bowl announcement. And I wish I could talk about it more, but it's one of these things where everything is moving out of the proving a concept phase. Everything is moving more and more into okay, this is going to work. Okay, this is what we need to do step by step to make sure that we get it there. Being on ESPNU for the first time with the Fiesta Bowl championship game was huge. And really, it's the little things that you don't think about, like them nailing down who their talent's going to be. So they had Phoebe Schechter, and she's great. And then they had Kyle, who's the play-by-play guy for Team USA. And so what that does, again, is it builds in their credentials more now, because now they're also the people who called the Fiesta Bowl on ESPNU. And so everything just every day kind of builds a little bit on top of itself into something a little bit bigger. The real question, I think, becomes at what point do the Power Four conferences really move forward? And I think at Nebraska, you're seeing a group from day one decided that they wanted to put big resources behind this. And so then the question is, how many schools have that appetite? And I think when you see how cost effective it is to have a flag team and how helpful it is for your Title IX requirements, that it really makes a lot of sense to have a sport like this that might have some viewership interest compared to other traditional sports. So I'd hate to see other sports drop off of what athletic departments offer. Like, obviously nobody wants to see that. At the same time, it's creating a lot of great opportunities for young ladies. So we like seeing that as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. And so, you bring up kind of, other women's sports and everything like that. I do have this question about, thinking about like gymnastics or, basketball, track and field, the other women's sports that are in the Olympics. And in the past, we've seen a lot of where some of these female athletes, they end up not really going into college sports because they're so focused on the Olympics. Especially like gymnastics. Recently, it seems like some of those women are finally kind of getting into college, and now gymnastics is more popular. Where do you feel like women's flag football is going to land? With being an Olympic sport in 2028. Is college going to feed into that? Is it going to, coincide? What are your thoughts?
So a lot of people I've been talking to have been having a lot of interesting discussions along these lines. When I see it in the future as a sport that's on its feet, you've got a schedule that probably resembles baseball, where you'll travel from location to location and try and get in 3 games before you take off. or
That
maybe
makes
you have
sense.
like a little tournament, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
From there, I know the idea is to basically have what is thought to be as like an NCAA tournament type style event. I know that and can talk about how iFlag has developed a new brand called iFlag U, and that they've already announced that they plan on having that tournament in Los Angeles of 27. So like
Mm-hmm.
when you see how that's stepping up to that, when you look at who some of the partners involved that they're talking about are, what we're doing is we're creating a groundswell, and then LA28 is when you walk through the door. It's when you've done all the work, you've put everything in place, and this is when we put it on the biggest possible platform that we can, and then that's how we launch it from there. Where I see it is a guy like me who just likes football. I like rugby. I came to like soccer because I like football. If I'm sitting around, and especially after the time of the year when the Masters is over and there's nothing on, I, I'm probably going to check this out and see if I like it. So, and then I think once you get to a point where you see the skill set, when you accept that it's not tackle football, it's not the same sport.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're someone who likes seeing the ball thrown around, if you're someone who likes seeing people making athletic plays, you're probably going to be tuning in and be happy that you did it. So then when you're talking about players like the Fiesta Bowl and everybody else that wants to get involved and wants to make this happen, to provide those opportunities for the players involved, the sky's the limit. So like when you're talking about some of the corporate players that are involved now, like Oakley with their Icon Alliance is huge. When you're seeing Johnson & Johnson get behind what's going on at the ECAC right now, the media partners that are involved, and then you see that it's still only Nebraska. That's the only Power 4 team that's involved. I say this to some of my friends, and I don't mean to insult anybody, but the odds of us still talking about these same teams in 2, 3, 4 years are very small. That this is likely to be a very different thing in that time frame.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think just even in the last few years, what we've seen, I mean, we probably couldn't have predicted. And so, I think all of us are kind of in a way, we have all these thoughts of what we think we're about to see, but none of us have been here before. None of us have seen flag football in the Olympics. So, the Olympics is such a bigger scale. I mean, you think about, I mean, I watched almost every curling match possible during the Winter Olympics, and I don't know really anything about curling.
Talked about every curling match from the Olympics.
But it's like it's different. It's the same thing with soccer where the World Cup. I mean, I just think the appeal of it only happens every 4 years, and there's just countries just invest so much into it. So I don't know. It's all exciting, and Shawn, we appreciate what you are putting into this, and building excitement around college flag football specifically. Jacob, you got any questions for Shawn?
No, man, he covered everything I was curious to hear about. Yeah.
All right,
For
great.
sure. Yeah, well, we appreciate you.
It's been fun being on the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Appreciate
absolutely.
you hopping on with us.
I'm sure we'll see you soon.
Yeah. Talk to you later.
See ya.
All right. I didn't even know those the pennants still existed. I thought that was funny.
What? Oh my god, dude! Literally, baseball. It's still a pennant race. That's what you play for. You play for the pennant, dude. We're getting clocks running pennants. Speaking into existence now. I'm gonna find somebody to make us clocks running pennants, and we're gonna have pennants, and we're gonna have a clocks running pennant race. I don't know what we're gonna race for or what we're gonna do. We're not gonna run because I'm fat, and
You know what's
Yeah.
really fun?
What?
Little baby pig races.
Okay.
Have you ever?
Uh,
You don't like little baby pig races?
I mean, sure. I go to the pig races at the fair.
Yeah,
In
you
the
do.
county fair. Okay. See, like you getting awfully aggressive now that your buddy Sean's off the show.
Well,
They're talking about baby pig races. What's going on, man?
I just, and they all have really cool names that were like, Mr. Snort a
Oreo,
lot
Elmo,
and
snorts a lot.
Miss Piggy and all kinds of stuff.
Miss Piggy.
Yeah, and there's always a guy in overalls talking it up and
My God, we're gonna go on there. We're gonna have the pig race. We're gonna go on turn one. We're gonna go slide by that little pig in the wall. We're gonna come on around. It looks like Dale Earnhardt in the wall right there. We're gonna go come on around back straight. Go here. Oreo in the winner. That's the pig race.
yeah, so and the winner gets a clock's running pennant.
We're not doing pig races.
Okay. Well,
You what?
I tried.
I don't know
I,
what you want to do. What, a pig race? There are so
I
many other
well,
fun activities.
okay.
Don't ask me what they
Well,
are because I don't know.
okay, you know what was really cool about my high school? They did this. I wasn't smart enough. It was like an advanced science class that did it, but like their final for their senior year project was they had to make a cardboard boat that could race in the lake that was by the high school or whatever.
Did somebody have to be in the boat?
Yeah, they had to
Oh,
be
I'm
able to
scared.
maneuver it, and they had to keep it like you had to stay afloat, and there was like a cone all the way out, and it was a really big deal.
Hmm.
Pen-
Did you win?
no, I told you I wasn't. Like everyone would just go out and watch the races because it was a lot of fun, and
Did you like bet on the races? I would have bet on the
I'm.
races. I
I
would have had like a whole
mean,
little gambling ring set up. 4-1 odds that Miss Frazier's third period class is going to go the furthest. That would have been me.
yeah,
Okay,
okay.
fine. All right. Well,
Well, I'm just trying to think of cool, creative races. Isn't there like something like that with Red Bull though? Don't they?
they do box cars. Yes.
Yeah, right.
Dude, not box car, soapbox derbies.
Yeah, and it's the
Dude.
same kind of thing though, right?
Dude,
You have like it.
we should do a clocks running soapbox derby. Could you imagine? Where would we do
Yeah.
that at? It's gotta be somewhere really hilly. And everybody's got
uh,
to be able to get their soapbox there.
yeah. Okay. Are
Okay, I like
there
where we're. Hmm.
hi- are there are there
Hmm.
hills? What? Chapel Hill. That's got hills, right? Is that?
We almost had a good
Okay.
idea. We were so close to having a good idea, and then here you come and just
Well, I don't know. What's
squish
the
it.
hilliest place in North Carolina?
You go to the coast, go to Kitty Hawk, where the Wright brothers flew the first ever airplane.
Oh, nice. Weren't they? Why did they go there to fly the plane? Weren't they from like
Because
Indiana or something or
they were
Ohio?
from Ohio, yeah,
Oh, okay.
and realized how dumb Ohio was, and so we can't fly planes here. So they left and
Wow.
went to North Carolina because they were like, it's so much better. And I can't remember why. It's like the hill, like the dunes were better for like takeoffs and the wind and you know the weather. And
Oh,
I don't know. I'm not an airplaneologist.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
An airplane knowledge.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh
I just build
man.
airplane parts.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I figure that like when you guys have in your manual when you first get, your employee manual, there's like a whole history of
No, it
stuff
just
that you
says
got to
don't do
read.
drugs. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't do drugs.
All
Work
right.
hard. Show up on
Great.
time. That's all that says.
Yeah.
Do what you're supposed to.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
cool. How have you been feeling since we're talking about college? At some point in this episode, we were talking about college women's flag football. It
Yeah,
got lost. And
we had a whole guest on for it.
yeah, yeah. How are you feeling about the landscape of it all? And like, all these there's NAIA and there's club teams and JUCO and all this stuff. How are you feeling?
It's interesting how you have the different levels and who's at what level. I actually reached out, so with trying to get things going for Wake in the fall, trying to find them a place to play, find some tournaments for them to get involved in and play in, so that way they're not just running around for a whole other semester. They're actually able to play. I was talking with the folks that had a league here in North Carolina this past fall, and immediately was told, hey, as much as we want to, we're not sure what's going to happen. There's already been a series of changeover with coaches and student coaches and coaches graduating and players graduating, so we don't know what's going to happen. And I'm like, well, that's cool, but there's no consistency. It seems like the leagues that are being put on are having to be put on by the teams themselves,
Yeah,
if they're wanting to play at like the at the club level, right? It's to Sean's point. He was talking about having clubs are they have to practice amongst themselves. Their coaches may not be at the game. They may and I'm looking at stuff like that for the fall too. Like what's my schedule look like with with iFlag and with you know life and with everything else. What and how is that going to coincide? So it's definitely like it's definitely a challenge. I think a lot of it's going to be self-driven, and I hate to say it, and this is the way I see how everything works, is when these Power Four conferences and when these D1 conferences say, "Hey, we're ready to go. We're going to do this now." People at the club level are going to be completely wiped out.
yeah, yeah,
It's going to be they're going to have the clubs are crawling so that way the varsity teams can walk. And I think a little bit of that was that it was that way back in the day for like the NAIA and for like the Sun Conference in Florida that's played forever. They've been playing flag longer than we've been alive. Um,
hey, you, but yeah.
oh yeah, I forgot you're so much older than me, Grandpa. Put your wig back on. We could have had a really let's talk about that for a second. We could have had a really fun opportunity to wear wigs together. I've got Gerald locked up over here, and if I would have just been like, "Hey man, unleash the mullet," Gerald could have came out and played. We could have had a whole fun intro. Meanwhile, we just pull it up and poof, here you are with long black hair, looking like a torta.
Like a torta. I didn't know
Anyways,
that. I didn't know that was the appearance that I gave.
well,
Let me.
um, yeah.
Okay.
So, but
Go
anyway,
ahead.
so back on point. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting what the next couple of years look like. I I've had the conversations where it's what do you think, and within the next 2 years I think it's going to be across the board. 2028 is going to really seal the deal, but I think the year before you're going to see a lot of these Power Four conferences, a lot of these D1 conferences go ahead and say, all right, let's go time, let's go ahead and let's knock this out and
Yeah.
provide the funding and get things organized in a way. So
Yeah. No. Well, and I mean that's 2027 is
yeah,
7 months away.
yeah.
It's not crazy that's gonna go by really quick. Shawn talked about iFlag a little bit. Can you expunge on that? Just as I mean, there's a little bit of knowledge out there, but uh, you know,
I have as much as the rest of the world does. I know they're looking at doing like a collegiate, division and catering it toward and making it centered towards that. I'm sure there's probably going to be a couple events prior to try to get them together and see what happens. I mean, it only makes
Yeah.
sense. I mean, you look at like some of the places we partnered with, it's just trying to continue to grow from there.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I mean, in the past, like at Worlds, there's been the U23 division. It's always been exciting, but it's been relatively small compared to other formats or whatever.
Right.
But good competition, this and that. But in previous years, just the collegiate level was not at what it's now standing at
Right.
today, and in 6 months, how different it'll be, because just like Shawn was saying, every day something new is happening, something new's popping up. So I just think in general, I think there's a lot of like it's growing so fast. There's a degree of us, the people in the flag football world not being able to keep up, to be like, so it's so much going on. And I think that's what I keep thinking about, is like, I see these, so and so this player has just committed to Nebraska, or this player is committed to Cal Poly, is another school that's popping up.
So who is Nebraska gonna play?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. That's what's going into my head, is like, okay, so this young lady's going to move to Omaha, Nebraska, to go to college there. Not to say that Nebraska doesn't have, I don't know, a great agriculture program or something like that, but
That's where you went with that.
I mean,
keep driving. I'm just sitting in the passenger seat, just trying to figure out where we're going.
But what if there's no one to play? And so they went to Nebraska because they wanted to be part of the first Power 4 school to have flag football, and they're just, scrimmaging each other once a week. Like,
well, then they can say that they were the first, and I it's cool that they're able to have that. I think it's risky for a student athlete to say, let's go, let's do that, without some, like, I'm sure like there was some things laid out to say, hey, this is the plan, this is what we're doing, this is what's going to happen over the next year, at least to give them some sort of idea of what they're walking into. It's not like, oh gosh, what was that school? What was the made up college where the guy like had the kid? You remember this? Was it Bishop Gorham or something like that, or Bishop Sycamore, where he had those like 18-year-olds living in, like, jumping from hotel to hotel because he couldn't pay the bill, and they were like they were going and playing random teams and just getting obliterated.
No.
And then it turns out like the kids weren't even like college students. You never heard about this?
No.
Oh man, this was gold, man. I have to find like the article. It was great. This dude had, I forget the guy's name, but he had these kids. They were like between 18 and 20 years old, playing for this JUCO team that he made up.
Wow.
And like had these kids going and playing real game. They lost like 104-0 or something like that, like their first game, and it was bad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they completed the game, but I want to say they played like 2 or 3 games, and finally like people picked up on what was happening and shut it down.
Wow.
But that dude's out there still scheming.
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of these other, like, never mind. I ain't going down that road. Not today.
I mean, I'll go a little down the road. I see advertisements of random LLCs just creating things, and I'm like, somebody's getting scammed from this. Like, somebody is getting taken advantage of in this situation. And just as flag football is continuing to grow, and there's so much great opportunities, and athletes are, they're getting sponsorships, and we think about, when we talk about how many collegiate tackle football players there are, and the small percentage of who actually makes it to the NFL. So, and then you expand that to high school, So any player, in high school thinking, oh, my dream is to make it to the NFL, one day, and like how small of a percentage that is. And, it's that kind of scenario where it's like, yeah, there are some sponsors out there. There are some flag football players that are making a living right now off of flag football, but the percentage is like, so, like,
Yep.
so small. And so it's unfortunately, then that means there's people popping up to take advantage of it.
And the crazy thing, you would think, because I know, like, when I first got into flag back in 2011, um, I know it was going on then, and it's still like I still get the messages to this day. Hello, I'm American football manufacturer. We
Yeah,
all know what to look for. When that happens, you immediately just delete it. No
yeah,
questions asked. It's how it's not the same way with some of these, like, LLCs, and like people, saying that they have, like, saying you have an LLC, and like actually, like, you can look that stuff up. Ugh. You can look that up. You can see if somebody's LLC is legit or not.
yeah,
There's a public database. All you gotta do is type it in, and if it pulls up, awesome. And when it doesn't, they're scamming you.
yeah,
Pay
yeah.
attention
No,
to who you give your
absolutely.
money to.
Yeah, for sure. And then you think about, okay, we're talking about college athletes that might go to Nebraska for an opportunity that, yeah, there is a pipe dream, there is a foundation that's being laid. It's somewhat legitimate, but we just don't have a actual start date with that. But
Right.
then there's these situations where, like, countries, outside of the United States, they see something and they're like, oh, okay, this is our chance to play in the United States. And the amount, just investing so much, and I just, it's heartbreaking to think about, a bunch of 12-year-old kids, wanting to represent their country, and they go out and play in they go to Vegas, or they go wherever, and the tournament doesn't even happen. Like, that's,
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, like, and I get it. Like, even the most organized groups have cancel at times. Like,
yeah,
we canceled Gatlinburg. Last week. That was the last week tournament.
yeah,
And we ended up not having it because you can't get the teams to sign up. There's so many different tournaments going on right now, trying to get people to figure out where they want to go, who they want to play with, what makes sense for them, and the goals they have set. It's difficult, man. I get it. You know, so I don't, if you're gonna have a tournament, you're gonna book travel, and you're gonna do those things. Number one, it better be refundable.
yeah,
Make sure everything you do is refundable in some shape or form. They insurance is too easy to buy for things these days. It's like $8.
yeah.
Don't get a Big Mac next week at McDonald's. Get the insurance for whatever.
Yeah, no,
Um,
absolutely.
it's just it makes I struggle when I hear people say that they're out money because it's non-refundable in a very refundable world today.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can
So
return stuff to Shein and Timu, and
who is that? Sheehan. Isn't it
Shein.
the guy who was on? He was on.
Oh,
Oh,
what
why am I?
Shein is.
Why am I losing? Yeah, Charlie
In
Sheen. He's
Oh,
on. He's in Major League. There. Why can't
yeah.
I could not think of that. Okay.
Two guys and a baby. What was the show that he
Whoa,
was
no,
on and
that's
he
two
got kicked out?
girls, one. No, it's Two and a Half Men.
2.5 Men. Okay, that's
Yeah,
what it
not Two
was.
Girls,
Yeah.
One Cup. Dude, what are you thinking?
I don't know.
Two Guys, One Baby. What is that?
Isn't that what the show was?
That's
It was
gonna
two guys.
that's gonna pop up on my algorithm now, and I'm gonna have to. Oh man, dude, what
Anyway, in
is?
about I have a teenage daughter, and so I know what Shein and Timu are, because that's where she wants to order things from. So
Okay,
give it a few more years, and you'll have a real understanding of Shein.
I'm really
But
trying not to, but I get
but
it.
you can get refunds from there. So yeah,
Where
just
do
I
you
was just
where do the things come from? China?
yeah, somewhere in
China? They
Asia.
come from China?
Oh man. Yeah, that I guess also though to think about it, um it's a bigger deal though for a college athlete. There is the transfer portal, so I guess that's the caveat, but
Mm-hmm.
you move to go to school, maybe you end up missing out because something doesn't end up happening with the flag football program, but you're now committed to all these classes and all this life here in Omaha, Nebraska, or
You're
Cal
you're
Poly,
hate
or
you're hating so hard on Omaha.
come
Dude,
yeah, come on.
they play the College World Series there.
I, there's
The
nothing
Field of Dreams is
there's
in that
no
area. No, it's in Des Moines.
Field of Dreams is in Iowa. I know that. I know where it
Yeah,
is.
that's what I just said. It's in Des Moines.
Yeah. Yeah. Des Moines.
No.
Um yeah. But anyway, there's nothing in Omaha. Have you been to Omaha?
No, have you been to Omaha?
I have. I've
No, you
driven through
haven't.
Omaha.
Stop.
I
You have
I
not.
absolutely have.
You
I don't know
have
if you know.
not.
I don't know if you know this. Like I could draw it out real quick.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so
you're gonna draw me a map. Here we go.
here's Colorado. Okay, it's
Yeah, the square
yeah,
on your yep. Okay.
yeah, okay. And so Nebraska is like right here.
Did you just draw okay.
And
All right. I see what
here's
this episode's turning
Wyoming.
into. You point to Wyoming?
Yeah, this is Wyoming.
Wyoming?
Yeah, Wyoming.
Okay, it's not your homie, it's Wyoming.
You get it.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, Nebraska's right there. So anytime we needed to drive east, we had to go through Nebraska. And I'm telling you,
You
there's
never been to
nothing.
Nebraska.
there's, there's nothing out there. So if I was a college athlete and there was this, I'd be like, really, Big Red. That's the
Man,
epicenter.
I mean, but you gotta think though, you're getting a grade A education.
Grade C, but okay.
That's a Division I school. That's not a grade C school. Here we
No,
go.
for
Fox
sure.
Running gets canceled for making fun of Nebraska.
Lots of people make fun of Nebraska. I mean, their college their college football program is terrible now, right? It's like the
Matt
laughing
Rule's our
stock
coach,
of
so that's why.
like
Matt Rule
yeah, and
sucks.
so they've got like 150,000 stadium that nobody wants to watch those games anymore.
I think they get a lot of people from that stadium.
They
Just saying.
yeah,
They get
I
a lot
know.
of people there.
Because what else are you going to do in Nebraska except go watch the Cornhuskers? The Cornhuskers.
Dude, wow. I didn't realize you were such a hater. You're such a hater.
No, but hey, props to them for bringing in.
Let's backpedal it back.
Bringing in
the Cornhuskers.
the Sours sisters. That's a great start to be able to and that does make me feel a little bit more confident. Like, no, they're like, I don't think that they would make a move from Ottawa where they've had this powerhouse for. I mean, they're trying to get six years in a row.
That's called a six-peat.
All right. Well, I mean, that's not something that has existed outside of the Yankees and the Celtics. You know what I mean? Like that's
the
UCLA.
Bears.
What in the 30s?
Minimum 8-peat.
What Bears are you talking about?
Da Bears. Da Bears. Oh my! You've never seen that SNL skit?
I have absolutely seen it. Yeah.
He says minimum 8-peat.
Yeah, I know, but they've never done that.
But he did it in the skit.
Yeah, he did it in the skit.
Oh man, it's so tough explaining when something's funny, why it's funny.
I just
Ah, man.
what's your favorite SNL skit of all time? Do you have a favorite one?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's a couple that come to mind. Anything Adam Sandler's good. He's
Yeah,
always been one
that's
of my favorites. Will Ferrell was good. I think my all-time favorite SNL skit though is the Peyton Manning one when he's playing football with the kids in the neighborhood and he locks the one kid in the porta john because he can't catch a ball that he throws at the back of the kid's head. He's like, he just looks at him and goes, "You suck." Then he teaches him like how to like pick locks on somebody's car. Yeah, that's got to be mine.
nice.
What about you?
It's got to be Chris Farley. Living in a man down
Living in
by
a
the river. I appreciated Chris Farley for sure, and
yeah.
I remember watching that actually on TV, like staying up
Oh,
late
here we
on
go.
Saturday night. You know,
Back in my day, we used to turn the tube, and we would turn the knobs to the nodule of NBC, and Lauren
it's
Michaels would get the Saturday Night Live guys out there.
it's true, but it's
Yeah.
true that you would turn. Did you ever have a TV that you
Oh
had
my gosh. Yes, yes, I did.
to like? But how old were you that you actually
I
remember
mean,
it? Like
I
you
was
were
a
in?
kid. We had one of the old tubes, like
Oh,
friggin'
okay.
box. Mom used it as a what's it called? She would put decorations on the top of it because it was so big,
Oh,
like pictures
nice.
and all sort. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
cool.
it was super sweet.
That's it.
Had a beta player hooked up to it. So sweet.
Oh, a
Yeah.
beta player.
Yeah.
Wow. What was your favorite your entire childhood? What was your favorite gaming system?
Nintendo 64.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it wasn't. I had a Super Nintendo though.
Super Nintendo was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Nintendo all the Nintendos were pretty good. Do you have a Switch?
Yeah, yeah, we've got one. I don't use it though.
Is it like a Wii, but it's like a combination of a Wii and
Do you remember the PSPs?
yeah. Hmm.
It's like a PSP and a Wii. Yeah, it's like a PSP and a Wii combined.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the can it can it can connect to the TV, right?
Yes, but it's complicated, and I don't remember how to do it. And also, we just, you know,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
That makes sense.
I can see
Yeah,
using that.
I mean, Goldeneye was, I think last week I was talking about, sleepovers and stuff like that. Well, Goldeneye was like, we would spend a lot of time with the four people could play a game. Like that was,
Hmm.
do you remember the Goldeneye
I
the
do.
beat?
Doo, doo. How does that go?
Like,
Doo, 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 doo.
would you ever have a tournament where you could only use the slap and stuff?
I'm trying to remember. I mean, I just remember staying up late playing GoldenEye and what was the other one? It's on PlayStation. Goldfinger, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's cool.
yeah. James Bond was fun.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, now we don't even
What's
know who Bond is now.
we don't?
No, Idris is done.
Oh, I didn't know that. Who? Wait, who?
Idris Elba, bro. He was supposed to be Bond.
And
And
what
full
happened?
disclosure, I don't know. I don't know if they even made a movie.
Yeah, I was about to say, was he actually in a movie?
I don't remember. No, Daniel Craig was the last one, and then it was supposed to be Idris. And then I don't know if they made a movie or not. And then now
Uh,
they're like, we don't know who James Bond is. And I think it should be either me or David Spade.
oh, okay. Those are two good options.
I
The
think
King and Queen are in the United States right now. Speaking of
they are. They are.
what, any thoughts on that?
No.
This was your chance. I was setting you up. I gave you a
For
nice
what?
softball. Just
What? I don't do any. I don't do any British impersonations. But
No,
if I
not
had to
that.
talk about the king and queen being here in America, it's great. But we had to remind them who won 250 years ago. The U.S. of A. Is that what you wanted?
That's what I wanted. That's what I
Oh,
was looking for.
okay.
250 years. Are you gonna? Is it July 4th gonna be different? Like for you personally, because it's the
No,
250th year.
no.
I heard 1976 was crazy.
That wasn't 250 years ago.
That was 200. That was the 200th anniversary.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna put my stars and stripes swimmies on. I'm gonna probably put a ridiculous tank top on. Gonna sit
Okay.
by a pool, and I'm gonna mind my
Yeah.
beeswax for the day.
I got new swim trunks for my birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
Those are cool.
yeah, yeah, that's cool.
Anyway,
You got pants on now?
currently,
Yeah, you just like take your pants off to show us your swimmies?
no,
All
I
right,
got my infinite. I got my infinite joggers on. I
so
love
you
these
have a
things.
whole infinite outfit on, and you
Yeah,
didn't say a word about it during the infinite spot.
bro. This is literally.
Horrible,
Let me tell. First off,
horrible.
I showed infinite
Oh
upside
yeah,
down and backwards,
it's like having never mind. Okay, keep
and
going.
then and then I said something about my pants, and you were like, "People in the chat don't want to know about your pants." Blah 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 blah. Judge 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 judge. And then
Yeah.
that's that was like comment number 3 about first it was
Oh
the
yes.
first it was the hair, the part, then it was the lamp, then it was my pants. I just recapping. There's
Okay.
what do you got going on in Nashville? Did you say something about that?
So yeah, so Jordan and I are
Yeah.
we're going up to Asheville. We're reffing the West Henderson Youth Flag Football League playoffs this weekend. Shout out to Mike Shirley for having us. Shirley's been playing flag for as long as I've been involved in flag. I've known Mike. He's got the kids playing now. He's doing great things up there. Called and said, "Hey, I got my playoffs. We run I flag rules. Makes the most sense. Um, are you guys free?" And I was like, "Duh." So Jordan and I have a fun little Airbnb. We're staying in a storage container that's been turned into a tiny house.
Oh, you weren't
Yeah.
joking. It's actually a storage container.
Yeah, it's actually a storage container. They converted it into a tiny house. So we're crashing there for a couple nights. We're gonna go up tomorrow night, ref all day Saturday. Uh, Saturday night, maybe we'll go live afterwards if we're alive. Probably not.
Oh,
Maybe, I don't know.
we could always jump on an impromptu Instagram live just for
We could.
funsies.
Yeah.
We could rap battle. I heard that's cool.
I heard rap battling's going on right now in flag football, and I just want to go ahead and put this out there. If any of you jokers think you guys can actually rap, come see me.
Yeah.
I got
Wow.
bars for days. Is that what the kids say?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
they talk about bars. Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
deodorant bars, soap bars, candy bars.
Wow. I'm already
So,
I'm already impressed. I
well,
mean,
I mean, just
it got
I don't like to brag, but
yeah, it got crazy there for about 18 hours. I was like I thought I was watching 8 Mile all over again. But
but what?
8 Mile.
Yeah, that was about a white dude.
I, but there was all kinds
Oh,
of
did you
rap battles in
you
the
thought you were the white dude? Oh, so you can
No.
rap? Should we have a
No,
rap battle?
you and me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I would do. If we were to have a
Okay.
rap battle, I would literally I would go to Chat GPT and I would be like, give me something to rap. and like and then I would hold it as close, right in front of me so that I could just be reading it.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah, that's what I would do with that. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't know. Who knew that that's what was going to happen on a random Tuesday in the flag football world. But
Hey, sometimes you gotta have rap battles. Sometimes it's Maybelline. Sometimes it's not.
oh man. All right. Well, we're everywhere,
We
and
are.
I, I just want to let you know because last week you were a little upset that you didn't know that we had hit 9,000 followers.
Okay.
So we're closing in on like 9,300, that number around that range. It's increasing every day. We get new followers every day, which is exciting. Love to see those notifications, but that means we're that much closer to 10,000 followers, which is like the big number. You get that, then the number says 10K instead of actually the numbers, and then we're cooler. We're, it takes us to a whole new level.
And for those of you at home, Ant said he would shave his eyebrows off if we got to 10K.
I don't remember ever saying that. Can you see
Oh,
my eyebrows? That would be that
barely.
big
So
of a
that's why
deal?
I'm saying it's not that big of a deal. So let's just go ahead and pop those
No,
bad
but
boys off. Because
you
they'll
know
grow
what
back
though?
soon. You'll be like this. Super bushy.
Oh, you know what? The last time I went to get this is why I shave my own head, is because I went to a barber and I did
First
not
mistake.
ask her. I did not ask her
Second mistake.
to do anything with my eyebrows. And out of nowhere, she's like, "Blah, blah, blah," and then she like goes with the comb and does this. I'm like, what?
Hold on. What is you went over your forehead that has no hair?
Yeah. Well,
What's she doing? They're not shaving your forehead.
at the time, I had, just a bit ago, I had hair that was like,
Yeah, and then you cut it off because you're a dweeb.
well, it's just a lot to deal with, and the humidity of Ohio is hitting right now. So, although today it was a little chilly,
The what?
humidity.
You said humidity of Ohio. Those words don't go together, dog.
All right. Um. Well, I I don't know. Anyway, we're also on on Facebook. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok, X, Threads. We like to frequent places like Spotify and Apple Podcasts and iHeartRadio and Pandora.
Yeah, where you get us
um,
and some sweet commercials
that's right.
if you
There
don't
are.
have the premium package.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Some of those commercials are crazy that they play on our show.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're some pretty intense commercials. Informal, very informative, but maybe not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, we're
Dylan, the answer
also.
is yes. Sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
all right. Okay.
Anyways,
All right. Yeah, YouTube. We're on YouTube. This is how you
we
see
are on
this
YouTube.
whole. You see our mugs. See Shawn's mug from earlier, and check out his website. He's got a lot going on. He's got also social media going. Women's College Flag Football.com. It's like a purple logo kind of deal. It's got a female flag football player in action. And then Infinite Flag, check their website out. They've got so much, just as Jacob mentioned at the start of the show. We love the collaboration they did with us with ref shorts. Some people like to play in them, which is cool too. Seen that a few times. We have our own merch. Lots of cool things on there. You just go to Instagram, click the link at the top, That'll take you to all of our links. And did I miss anything? Was there any social media
Uh,
platform that I missed?
no, but we do have some potential. We were reached out to about writing in a magazine article or writing in a
Oh,
magazine, a flag football magazine. So be on the lookout for that. That should be coming up, starting pretty soon. Pretty excited about that. Um,
that's cool.
oh,
Like a weekly article, like
I think
something.
I don't know how frequent it's gonna be. I think it's like a monthly
Okay.
deal. But
Wow. Like a Dear Abby thing. Like we give advice on
who's Abby?
side chicks and things like that, huh?
I don't think. I mean, we could have our own. What if we had a clock? Brain blast. We'll talk off camera. Hey, last thing I'll go ahead and throw out there. The Camel City Draft Tournament registration deadline is May 6th. That's coming up next Wednesday. Clocks Run is going to sponsor one more player. So make sure that's going to start tomorrow. We'll put the announcement out tomorrow. From tomorrow to Sunday evening, if you register, you get paid, you get entered. You make sure that you like like us on Instagram. Make sure you follow the page. Make sure you do what the thing actually says. You know,
Great. That's
that's
great.
that's you can win. You can win a free entry into that.
Yeah.
Registration is still kind of low, but this is where everything usually clicks and everybody starts registering. So
Yeah.
don't please go ahead, get in.
When is
Let us
that
know that
tournament?
May 30th,
May 30th.
end
Nice.
of May. Yep. So if we don't get the players, we're not going to have a tournament, but if we can go ahead and get signed up, we can go ahead and do this. So I'm
Yeah.
excited. It's one of my favorite tournaments every year. Really looking forward to it. I know Krista is as well. So make sure we're signing up for it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Great show.
Yeah. For real. Hey guys, we started the clock. The clock's been running. Clocking out.